there, Michael's truck came straight to the fire department.
Okay. What if I told you I have you on video walking up behind Mike when y'all are over by the orange truck, red truck, talking, and you pull a pistol out of your right front pocket?
Hello everyone. In today's video, we're looking at a friendship that seems solid, years of trust, collaboration, and respect. But underneath it all, hidden tensions and bruised egos were brewing. What started as a simple partnership took a dark turn, leading to a tragic confrontation. And while at first this might seem like a straightforward dispute, this case shows how complex human nature can be, and how even the closest relationships can unravel in the most unexpected ways. Let's dive in. Michael Evers, 63 years old, known to everyone as Mike, was the kind of guy you just wanted to be around. He spent his life doing what he loved, working with classic cars, hanging out with friends, and spending time with his dog Jack. Mike wasn't just a car guy, he was an auto enthusiast through and through. He was a part of several hot rod clubs and had run a successful auto repair shop in Pensacola with his father for over 50 years. But more than that, Mike was a family man. Dependable, easygoing, and always willing to strike up a conversation. He had a way of connecting with people, and the community loved him for it. One of Mike's closest friends was Brian Easterling, a 52-year-old volunteer fire chief. The two had been friends for at least 15 years, often working together on car restoration projects. Brian would rebuild Ford Mustangs, and Mike would handle the painting at his Pensacola shop. It was a strong partnership. They shared both the work and the profits. Everything seemed perfect. But all of that changed on June 5th, 2022. What started as an ordinary morning turned into full-on concern when Mike hadn't been heard from in 3 days. Friends and family were worried. This wasn't like him. By Sunday, that concern had grown too strong to ignore, and they reached out to the Pensacola Police Department and asked for a welfare check at his home. When officers arrived at Mike's home, they were immediately struck by an eerie silence. No signs of life, no answer at the door. One officer, who was actually a close friend of Mike's, couldn't shake the feeling that something was seriously wrong. Trusting his gut, he decided to head over to Mike's auto shop on Creighton Road, hoping he'd find him there. A family member let him in, and the search began. As the officer moved through the familiar space, his foot hit something unexpected, a large object hidden underneath a car cover. His heart raced. With a growing sense of dread, he carefully pulled back the cover, and what he saw confirmed his worst fears. Mike's right elbow was visible, sticking out from beneath the cover. The rest of Mike's body was uncovered, revealing the unthinkable. Michael Evers was dead, a single gunshot wound to the back of the head. This was a tragic end to a man who'd spent decades building cars and strong relationships in that very shop. From there, the investigation kicked into overdrive. Detectives reached out to Mike's stepdaughter, who managed his Mako franchise on Burgess Road. She told police that she last saw Mike on June 2nd. He had stopped by the shop, mentioning he was waiting for a friend to bring him some money. That friend? Brian Easterling. She confirmed that Mike and Brian were the only two in the building when she locked up at 5 p.m. With this critical lead, the Escambia County Sheriff's Office wasted no time. They got a warrant and headed straight for Brian's home in Okaloosa County. Around 11 p.m., a SWAT team moved in, catching him completely off guard. Brian was arrested on the spot, not even given time to change clothes, and was transported to the sheriff's office for questioning. What Brian didn't know was that the detective had something up his sleeve, and the interrogation was about to take a serious turn.
Think of any reason why we want to talk to you this evening, Brian?
No.
Okay. I've spoken to Michael, that lives across the street from you.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to Glenn. there was an incident that happened on Thursday. Okay, in Escambia County. Were you in Escambia County on Thursday?
Yes.
All right. What were you doing in Escambia County?
I went and visited Mike Evers at Mako.
At Mako. Okay. And after you left Mako, where did you head?
I came back here and had a meeting at the fire station at 7 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Mr. Evers was found deceased today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A family member called in a welfare check for him. Pensacola Police Department went to his residence, weren't able to find him. They went to his business on Cragen Road. Okay. They located him inside, covered up with a car cover. Okay. When I got there, I learned there's video cameras inside and outside. There at 3939 Creighton Road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I reviewed those video cameras. Okay. It's a very good video. Very clear video. I'd be happy to show you. Show you just how clear it is walking into the building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you again, when you left Mako, where did you go?
Well, I swung by there to pick up some parts and then headed back.
Okay. What happened there on Creighton Road?
Mike had to go to some kind of function, and so I was in the hurry. I left there and Michael's truck came straight to the fire department.
Okay. What if I told you I have you on video walking up behind Mike when y'all are over by the orange truck, red truck, talking, and you pull a pistol out of your right front pocket and shoot him once in the back of the head? I told you, I've got the whole thing on video.
Yeah.
Okay. My reason for being here this evening isn't so much what happened, because I know what happened. It's on video. The whole thing's on video. One of the questions I was when we got here is what happened to Mike's truck. We've since found it down by the Circle K down at the Circle K by the gas station down there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to know where the truck is. Basically, my only question, the only thing I need answers to right now, and the same thing with your wife, I just got done talking to her, is why.
I don't know.
And I'll be honest with you, when we started investigating this morning, and I mean, you see the picture I got from the video, it's crystal clear, all the cameras are.
Mm-hmm.
And I start looking into you. I don't understand why. I mean, you retired Air Force?
Civil service.
Civil service, firefighter for 26 years out there.
Yeah.
Current fire chief of Baker. And I kept telling myself, I'm like, something's not right here. This doesn't make sense. This guy didn't do this. This guy doesn't have a history. You're 52, 53 years old.
52.
I mean, you got some little DV stuff, in the early 2000s,
Some what?
domestic violence stuff
Oh,
in the early 2000s, but nothing like this, and and it looks like you and Mike are just having a conversation. I mean, when I talked to the manager at the Mako, she said y'all hung out there until about 5 o'clock. She had to leave at some point, but came back and y'all were hanging out in the office just talking.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't sound like there's any animosity there. So what happened?
Well, he owes me some money and he refused to pay me. Says he owes everybody money.
How much money does he owe you?
About 25 grand.
Okay. So.
Gave me this sob story about building this new shop and, you know, and,
so what was the reasoning for taking the trailer and the car?
to get my 25 grand.
Okay, to sell it to get your money. Okay. So if you don't mind, we'll just kind of start over a little bit. Why did you use Michael's truck that day?
Oh, well, because Michael had backed over a mailbox the day before,
Okay.
and I was going to ask Mike to see if he could fix it for him as a favor.
Okay. Did Michael know that? Because Michael was under the impression that your truck was broken, something about a tire, that you needed to borrow his truck that day.
No, I just was asking Michael if he could look at where he backed over a mailbox the day before.
Okay. So what time do you think you got to the Mako that day?
Well, we were supposed to go have lunch, but he had some employees calling sick and one's got COVID. And but he couldn't leave Mako. And then his daughter and our stepdaughter had to leave. So we waited, and then I had to get back, and he was just kind of blowing me off. So I just.
Well, yeah, you owed you 25 grand. I can understand it blowing you off. I'm sure that pissed you off quite a bit. It would me. So y'all hang out at the Mako until about 5-ish?
Yeah, it was like 5 because I told him I had to get back.
Okay.
And he said, we'll run by this thing. He had some parts, and then he was going to give me the money. And then we got there, he said he didn't have the money, that he owed somebody else $9,000 and had to put $30,000 in his in the account just to keep Mako afloat. Just more excuses. So.
Yeah, the whole time he's building a new shop.
Yeah.
So.
And has all his cars, and you can't do nothing with them.
Yeah. So y'all get back to his shop there on Creighton. Walk me. You weren't there long, so just kind of walk me.
No, he walked in and he said he was going to go get money, and then he went in there and he came back out and he was like, "Listen, man, I just don't have your money." And I'm like, "Well, I got bills to pay and stuff to do, and it's been all week. I'm supposed to be over there, and I finally picked up one of my cars that was over there that's been there for a long time, and then I don't know, I just get fed up with being lied to, and then turn around and he buys more cars, and I mean, I love him, but it is like you're just taken advantage of.
Who'd you meet with at the fire department?
What's that?
Who'd you meet with at the fire department?
We had our business meeting.
Okay, so it was everybody.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. What kind of gun was it that you tossed off the bridge?
It's 38.
Okay. 38 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The reason I ask is because they're doing a search warrant at your house right now, and they found a 32 caliber pistol.
That was my dad's.
That was your dad's.
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do is they're trying not to take everything, so they're trying to get it narrowed down.
Yeah,
So.
that's it. I've never had bullets for it. It's just an antique, like 1907 or something.
So it's a 38 revolver. Okay. Is there anything else you think that's important that I haven't asked you? Okay. Did you look anywhere else in the business for money, or did you just look in his pocket?
No, I just looked in his pocket. I went upstairs, the door was locked, but then I left.
Okay.
It was locked.
Okay.
He told me the money was there.
Okay. Do you know what kind of 38 it was? I mean, was it a Colt or a Rossi, anything like that?
No.
A little snub nose, or did it have a long barrel?
No, it was short.
Short barrel. Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
When did y'all do this deal that he's been cheating y'all, screwing you out of money on?
Well, it's been about a year on a Mustang that we were doing on one, and then when he bought that 65 coupe, I had my monies from when my dad passed away, and we were supposed to just quickly flip it around, but he had it tied up in the shop.
Why did you take the gun with you today? Or
I always carry a gun.
You always
I
carry.
have concealed carry.
You do have concealed carry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I noticed on the video when Mike walks in and you're standing at the doorway, you're looking around pretty hard. You're turning, you're looking, basically from what it looks like to me, you're making sure nobody's around. Is that accurate?
No.
You turn in a complete circle.
Well, I just looking around. I mean, he said he was just going to go get the money, and then he went in the hallway, and then he came out, and we started talking about money he's got tied up in the cars on the lift there, and then the truck, the burgundy truck, and then he was telling me you don't have the money.
At what point did you decide, or did you get angry?
I feel like I'm just getting lied to my face and cheated out of my money. I mean, Mike and I have been doing cars for 15 years, and it's just, it seems like I always end up with a short end of the stick.
I talked to a couple people and they said he usually carries a money clip full of money.
Well, usually I always see it in a bank bag.
And other people say it's usually in a red bank bag.
Yeah.
We never found a red bank bag.
Yeah. Neither did I.
So it wasn't in the truck. You didn't have it.
He didn't have it. He told me he had to deposit $30,000 Thursday, which you probably can check his records.
Mm.
But he said that he didn't have enough money to pay for his people to work for it to cover the bills at Mako. And so he used that money for that. And I mean, if he would have just told me that to begin with, I wouldn't even come over there.
He's the paint guy from the look of it.
Yeah.
What's your part in it? Are you mechanic?
I do, like on the Mustang, I do a lot of the, all the putting it together, building it.
Okay.
And like all my labor.
Okay. Where's your phone at?
My what?
Your phone?
Is right next to my bed, plugged in.
Okay. Did you go back by the shop any in the past few days to?
No.
I'm assuming you knew as soon as.
I knew it was after I left there. I mean, as soon as it happened, it was so stupid. I didn't know what to do. I was just so angry.
What fire station did you go to that Thursday evening?
The one in Baker.
The Baker Fire Station?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you stop anywhere along the way? Tom Thumbs, anything like that?
No, sir.
What about on the way over there?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright. What what's your wife saying? Obviously, she's
I know.
she's upset.
She's destroyed.
So the only reason, the only question she had for me is a reason, why? Why? And I told her, I said, I can't tell you the why. The only person that has the answer to that is Brian.
Yeah.
So that I think it'd be better, coming from you than coming from me. Okay.
After locking in a confession and some seriously damaging statements, the detective gives Brian a brief moment with his wife before the booking process begins. You can hear it in her tone. She's hit with a storm of emotions, shock, disbelief, and deep disappointment. In that moment, it all sinks in. Their lives are never going to be the same. What's even more unsettling, she's now realizing just how little she really knew about the man she shared her home and her deepest thoughts with for so many years.
What were you thinking?
Nothing. I wasn't. Just my rage. I'm sorry. I just. I know. But please, just listen to me. Listen to me. I know. I'm not worried about me. I deserve whatever happens to me. I know. I know. What do you think? I'm not gonna ever get to see my kids or my grandkids or you. But please.
But how did you do that? He was your friend.
I loved him like a brother. But he just
hide
didn't
his
know me.
car?
What's that?
Why'd you hide his car? Did you?
Well, because I got money in that car.
Did you take money after you? What
He
did
had-
you do?
No, nothing. He didn't have any money. He didn't have anything. So I don't know why he tried to tell me he did. I know.
I was so sick. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Just get your dad to help you sell everything. And
Brian.
I don't know. I can't take it back. After that second, I didn't know what to do. I
What
panicked.
did you do? You just shot? You just pulled your gun out and shot him?
It was just rage. He turned his back to me and just snapped. Honey, I'm sorry.
We always talked about people doing stuff like that now, crazy and what ruined people's lives.
I know.
This just
But
don't seem real.
I just lost my temper. I never have done it before. I mean, I've never. I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like you just jerking me around and jerking me around.
I feel so guilty.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. But just take care of yourself and there's nothing like just try to take care of yourself and the grandkids and just tell everybody I love them. But please make sure somebody takes June to the airport. I know, but somebody has to because she can't take care of herself. It was it was just rage. And then once I did, and I just panicked. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I couldn't.
This is a dream.
What?
This is a dream.
I know. It's a nightmare. And then I've never.
I know. You've always took care of people and helped people, and I
I
don't
know.
understand this.
But I just wasn't going to be screwed over again. I just would not.
Now where are you? Now where are you at?
I'm going to be in jail the rest of my life. call your dad and explain to him, let him help you sell the truck, sell the camper, sell the house if you need to, and just take care of
I
yourself.
need to know, is there anything else I need?
What?
Is there anything else I need to know? This
No.
just doesn't seem right. How do you come home and be calm? You just left.
Well, after I found there was nothing, and then I was just like, what the fuck did I just do? I can't believe it.
You don't ever age like that.
What's that?
You don't ever age like that.
I d-
You never hurt people.
I don't. I've never hurt anybody before. But I just wasn't, the way he just talked to me, I just wasn't, I mean, he switched, everything was fine. And then it was just, I don't have the money, you know, I had to put money in the bank to pay for Mako. And it's just like I get lied to my face. And I feel like I get used in here. He's got all this money and, or supposed to have all this money and all these cars, but yet he can't pay me what he owes me.
But you don't kill anybody.
What?
You don't shoot.
I know.
Did you
I know.
even know he was
honey.
dead? Did you leave there? You should have called the police.
Then when I would have gone straight to jail. I couldn't think. I just had to leave. I
I
didn't
thought
know.
if anything has to be self-defense, you couldn't just do this. So unbelievable.
I just want to die. I deserve to die.
You been taking anything, medicines or anything different, or?
I wish I could blame it on that, honey, but I just blacked out. It was just rage. I wanted to hit him, but I just, I don't know. I just grabbed my gun and shot him. It had nothing to do with Michael or anything. It was just me. But when I was at Michael, I asked Mike to look at it, and he said that he could get it fixed real cheap, you know, just as a favor. But I was just going to get it fixed and surprise Michael. And then it didn't matter what I drove. It had nothing to do with what I drove. I just didn't want
He told you he had your money?
to. Yes.
I thought you had. I wish I'd asked more questions or done something to help you. It's my fault, I guess.
No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. I just wanted to make sure everything financially was supposed to come my way.
No,
And I'm sorry. I know. I can't take it back. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Just face me. Whatever. I mean, I know it's going to be tough on everybody. But
don't shock.
you deserve so much better. My rage, I just let him.
Yeah, you'll be able to talk, all of that. Obviously, you know her phone number. You have it memorized and
Yeah.
all of that.
So I get a hold of it. I don't know. I love you.
I'm sorry. Speak strong, please.
All right, sir. Go ahead and stand up for me, okay? Turn around for me, okay? Place your hand behind your back. Okay.
I'm just gonna double check you, make sure you ain't got anything sharp on you.
Brian Easterling was booked into the Okaloosa County Jail at 3 a.m. The interrogation was a crushing blow to his defense, leaving his lawyers scrambling. In a desperate move, they filed a motion to suppress the interrogation, claiming Brian was arrested too late at night. They said his late-night arrest, combined with his clonazepam use, left him mentally impaired from sleep deprivation, making his confession invalid. But the judge wasn't buying it and quickly denied the motion. With that out of the way, the trial of Florida versus Brian Easterling kicked off on December 13, 2023. Throughout the trial, the prosecution argued that Brian brought the gun with him with one intention: to kill. They pushed for a first-degree murder conviction, showing the jury a surveillance video that backed up Brian's confession. The footage clearly showed him shooting Mike in the back of the head, and instead of calling 911 after the fact, Brian rifled through Mike's pockets for money, took steps to cover his tracks, and then left the scene in one of Mike's cars, something he admitted he took as payment for the debt Mike owed him. But the defense had a different version of events. They argued that Brian always carried a firearm due to his concealed carry permit, and they insisted he never intended to kill Mike. Contrary to what he'd said in the interrogation, Brian now claimed that he told Mike, "I'm not leaving here without my money." Mike allegedly shot back, "You want to bet? You're in my shop," and started moving toward a cabinet where Brian believed he kept a gun. Fearing for his life, Brian fired in self-defense. The defense pointed out that Mike's gun was later found locked away in a safe, far from the scene. They asked the jury to consider justifiable homicide. In the end, the jury didn't buy Brian's self-defense story or his attempt to shift the blame onto the victim. Brian Easterling was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. It was the final chapter in the tragic story of Michael Evers, and the end of the road for a once respected volunteer fire chief who lost it all because he couldn't see the true value of what he already had.